surprised that Deb is a Trump supporter. Honestly, a lot of your favorite celebs are Trump supporters. It's more about saving their money than it is saving the community. Hi loves, your rain lady girl from Runaway. We have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, we are talking about growing up hip hop Atlanta season 4, girls, episode 3. And let's just get right into it. The episode picks up right where we left off at Deb's political lunch, girl. That's just, you know, a ploy to get her, keep her storyline going. And the girls are just like, you're crazy. We need to check on her mental health, and you know, we need to figure it all out. But honestly, y'all, it's a lot of black people that unfortunately feel the way that she does. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised about it. What is surprising is how surprised that other people are, because you could just never be too sure of people, especially when it's coming down to their coin. You really see who they truly are. Bow Wow's in the studio yet again, child, and the producer's like, oh, your girlfriend just came out with a new boyfriend. And he's like, who's my girlfriend? I don't have one of those, you know. And he's like, oh, it's Angela. And he's like, oh yeah, he's a boxer, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. And the boy is pretty much just saying like, oh yeah, he was your girlfriend. He's like, I don't have one of those. I'm happy with being a thought. I want to, you know, continue screwing all the girls that want to screw me because I made a song that they loved 20 years ago. So Bow Wow is perfectly content with being a heartless thought. If you can even say that. He's like, I'm Bow Wow. Like, well, how long are you going to be Bow Wow? I thought you were Shy Moss, okay? Let me talk about it. But no, you know, he's just like, I'm happy for her. That's what she needs to do. I can never be the man that, you know, she needs me to be. And not for nothing, good for you for your self-awareness and not wasting Miss Angela's time. So, I mean, for that, I can't be mad. In comes Pimpin, and he's talking about Diamond and their relationship. And he pretty much just says, you know, we have some insecurities and we have some trust issues in the relationship. So, you know, we had to exit the relationship. But apparently they've been on again, off again for over 20 years, which is like a very, very weird flex, because I'm very unfamiliar with that, because anytime I have an end of a relationship, it's clip, snip, snip, oh, it's over with, okay? And that whole scenario is just weird. Like, y'all gonna be together or you're not. Like, that's weird to me. 20 years, that don't seem a bit extreme to y'all? They finally play some of his music and it sounds good. I mean, not gonna lie, it sounds like, you know, sounds like it's giving me a little something. BT is in the studio. He just says, you know what, I'm a little concerned because, you know, Bow Wow is kind of corny, and, you know, he's kind of like a kiss and tell dude, and he has to keep some things private. You know, Bow Wow really struggles with that. It's pretty much what he was saying on the low. He said it in a nice way, but in a nutshell, he was just saying Bow Wow run his mouth too much, and I hope it don't cause him any issues. Tammy Walker is in the next team, and they're eating oysters. I really like Tammy. I forgot that she was a part of this show, but Tammy is good, wholesome, you know, good, wholesome Baltimore girl. I love to see it. I'm so glad she's off of the Love and Hip Hop platform, because this is better suited for her, family oriented. She's with her man. And, you know, they pretty much talk about how Waka's an nympho and she's just tired of screwing him. Girl, like, let's spice it up. You like, you want to add some spice to your rice? I'm with it. Waka does seem like a big, gigantic hornball, honestly, when you think about it. But, in the intro of that scene, they were playing a little clip of a song that was Tammy, and I know it was her because I love the way she sings. Let me cover you with all these kisses. Ooh, I love that song. She kills it. Real R&B, and she was working with producers like Rico Love. You know, turn the lights off. Like, I'm a real R&B head, and I just love Tammy. She needs to give us the music. She need to give us some writers, some real good writers and producers like Rico Love, because he gives the real R&B too. Yeah, Tammy should be bigger than what she is as far as her music career. I don't know what that is. Maybe she really is lazy, like how they portray her on the show, girl. Because listen, Waka ends up telling her, like, listen, you know, my mom is into Trump, and she's like, girl, what? Like, don't make me have to disown Deb. Like, that's Deb's thing right now. It's Trump. So now we have Diamond in the car. She's talking to the Brat, and apparently they became really close friends when the Brat was in prison. Remember, Brat had a nice little, you know, prison sentence, and she became really close to her, and she considered her like a little sister. And she was just telling her about her and Pimpin breaking up again. Apparently that's not news, but what is news is they've been working on music, and Pimpin has to release what they call a split sheet. And, you know, Brat has experience in the, you know, music field, obviously, and she's like, you know, I may not always be right, but she wants to learn from my experience. And I can respect anybody who understands and knows, like, listen, I'm not always going to give you the right answer, but here's what I think. I can respect and appreciate somebody like that. And Diamond pretty much let him know, like, yeah, well, he don't want to sign a split sheet. And apparently a split sheet is what producers and musicians, artists use in general to break down who wrote what, who produced what, so that way you can break it down and you can all get paid your publishing and your royalties and things like that. Like, woo, learn something new every day. So basically she's really hurt because her man of 20 years is now playing like he acting like he can't do business with her, like he's not gonna pay her coin. And that's hurtful, you know what I mean? It's one thing to play with me and play in my face, but now you're trying to play with my coin. Like, you're not even respecting my one, crafting, and two, my livelihood. Girl, that's ugly. She's talking about having a album release party, and she's inviting the Brat. Apparently the Brat was taking COVID very, very seriously. I know they filmed months ahead, so now things are a little bit more laxed, but you know, the Brat is like, this is my sister, like my little sister, I really want to make it, but I'm taking COVID seriously. I don't know, I have to talk about it, but we'll see. I might bring my boo Jessica out if I do go, and this is the reason why I'm here. Like, I want to see her and Jessica. Let's get into it. Like, damn, I couldn't have filmed in the house. Like, that's what the girls want to see. Why is it taking so long? I hope they're not going to try to do it like no end of the season joint, because that's going to be whack. So in the next scene we have Deb Antney and Johnny Blaze in the studio, and her music, y'all, her music sounds amazing. Her music is incredible, and we've all known that Johnny Blaze is a very, very talented girl for many reasons, but you know what I'm saying? Let me stop. Let me not do that, because you know. But no, seriously, she's really talented. And Deb was like, oh, can I come in? You know, can I clear the studio session? And Deb and Johnny's looking like, oh gosh, here we go. And Deb is just like, you know, what happened to you? You know, I wanted to know what was going on, and this and the third. That to me, is it me, or does she seem like she's like triggering AF? Like, oh, because, you know, whatever. Like, girl, she's in the studio. You messing up her creative flow right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know y'all got to film or whatever, but I feel like Johnny Blaze's mental health issues are serious. I don't think that is scripted. You know what I mean? So that just rubs me the wrong way. Like, do you know what would happen to me? Do you think about me because I lost my son and this, that, and the third? And she makes it so much about herself. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like she kind of like guilts her. I don't know. I just don't like her style and her approach. And maybe it's not for me to like, because it's not for me. And I'm glad that you know, Deb is so loving and caring, you know what I mean? Because you know she cares about the girl. Her style is just so like raw and not what I expect. I don't know. I feel like she makes it about her and her losing her sons often. And to somebody who is going through their own set of issues, I just wouldn't put that onto them. I personally wouldn't. But that's her. And you know, she's pretty much just like, girl, you know, I just have so much. I'm just thinking about so much, and I just feel like it's not worth it. You know, I play 6 instruments, I can sing, and my career is not going anywhere. I want love. I want to be loved. And that's such a vulnerable thing to say on national TV. Like, it's hard to get love when you've been prostituting, stripping, drug abuse, no telling what her familial upbringing was. So like, it's just a lot. And I appreciate Johnny for even saying that, because I know it's somebody out there that feels the same way, that doesn't have the same platform. I'll never ever disrespect any type of woman, any type of person, period, that came through something and is trying to make something better than themselves. And I just wish that other people were as forgiving as I am, because you know, who am I to judge? And other people shouldn't judge her either. But she also just needs to work on herself too. She needs to kind of work on loving herself before seeking love from other people. That's that outside validation. That's probably her looking to create the family that she never had, and things of that nature. But I'm not going to eat y'all and Levay and Zed y'all to death, because y'all know I can, but I won't. But she sounds good, point blank period, and she needs real help. Like off of camera help. But I know that that's how she's paying her bills. It be like, girl, that it's just like, you know, no different than the person who's living paycheck to paycheck, getting, you know, abused with microaggressions or verbal abuse from a job that they can't stand, or a boss that they can't stand, but they have to go to work because that's how they're paying for their life. Girl, I'm making this deep. It shouldn't even be all that much. Get it together. The next thing we have Diamond and the girl Remarkable. I don't know, she got like two braids underneath her wig. Why is her wig sitting up like that? Anybody want to know? I mean, anybody want to tell me? Because I just don't get it. She must got locks up underneath her wig. Anyway, they talk about the venue space and, you know, pimping, that whole shebang. Bow Wow and his mom have a quick scene. They pretty much say, oh, well, I just left, you know, meeting with Deb, the luncheon with Deb, and she's a Trump supporter. I heard she's a Trump supporter. And Bow was like, oh, for real? Not my business. Oh, well, who cares? Bow Wow, if he could have that same type of attitude about a couple of other things, he would be okay, because, girl. Pimpin and Diamond finally have their scene, and she comes in with her little yak in her hand, her little shot of yak, and she pulls a little joint out from her bra. Can you sign this for me? Like, girl, you know, girl, she really nugging and bucking. And you know, she's just like, are you gonna sign this? And then the boy's like, yeah, I was looking at her outfit and this, and they're like, girl, that outfit barely fit her ass. I'm just like, okay, y'all love each other, we get it. Y'all ain't even have to go through all of this. I'm not signing the split sheet, John, because that makes animosity when it doesn't necessarily need to be any. It's already hard enough, girl, in these streets, get into it. So he ends up signing it, and she's like, oh, immediately after he signs it, she was trying to be nice or keep calm. Who you been having sex with? Like, well, what is it? Is it business or is it pleasure? I don't like stuff like that. It's messy. I feel like relationships should be more, you know, on the up and up and straightforward, especially after 20 years of being together. Like, that shit is too much for me. I don't like that. Signs the paper again, and she's like, well, yeah, I know you missed this puss, and you know, I know I ain't been having sex, but I did get some head. Like, ugh. That is not relationship goals. I don't care how long you've been together. People mistake long, like, the number of years over the quality of life, and they got that mixed up. I could tell. Tam and Deb end up the season. Tammy looks so good. I love that little pearl head wrap she was doing, and then she was just like, yeah, well, Trump, they were going back and forth. That was just supposed to be like a little small scene, like a political scene, and Tammy had her points of how I'm half Latina, and I I don't think that it's right they have those kids in cages and everything. Like, they're like, what does one have to do with the other? Just say you don't like them. And, you know, Deb is just pretty much like, girl, I'm not going to be paying all these taxes. He's a businessman. He's a good businessman. Says who? You know, and she's just pretty much like, I don't care about nothing else other than, you know, trying to get these tax relief. Trying to get the tax. Trying not to pay as much taxes as I did during and under other administrations. And you know what? Not for nothing, a lot of celebrities feel that way. And I'm sure a lot of celebrities were secretly voting for Trump, although we know that did not, you know, work out to their advantage. But girl, these people don't care nothing about us. They can put on for the hip hop and the urban community all they want to. They can give out as many free turkeys as they want to. When it comes down to really, really cutting the check, they want to hoard the wealth. And that's just no other way to put it. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. If they don't show Judy in this next episode, I'm not reviewing, period. I don't care. Let me know if y'all want to see it or not, because it's getting on my nerve a little bit. But since I watched it, I'm going to do the review. And, you know, we're going to keep it cute. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.